is the second best team in the AFC East?
For me, I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
All right.
And when I look at this team and the way they're constructed, you have Mike McDaniel, their head coach now. They're going to implement that run game, and they want to get that run game going to make things easier for Tua Tagovailoa. You also, the addition of a Tyreek Hill to pair him with Jalen Waddle, two of the fastest players in the National Football League, it's going to pay dividends. You brought over Teron Armstead from the Saints. You have Connor Williams on that offensive line at the center position as well. So I think that's just going to be better. Now, when I look at last year, and a lot of people say, well, the Patriots went to the playoffs, the Dolphins didn't. Well, if it wasn't for a windstorm in Buffalo, it probably would have been another loss for the Patriots, and then they would have had a tying record with the Dolphins because the Dolphins beat them twice last year. They wouldn't have went to the playoffs. That's what people don't understand. So when I look at this Dolphins team and the additions that they made offensively and where I think they're going to go, their trajectory, I do believe that they're the second best team in the AFC East.
I'm with you. I have a hard time getting too excited about the Patriots, given all that we've heard about their training camp and their offense, it's just not looking in sync. Once I see the offense in play with Mac Jones, maybe I change my answer. But you're saying, oh, well, Tua Tagovailoa, wow. So bad with his name. Sorry, Tua. What is he going to do? Okay, let's get the laugh track going again. But Tua, they built so much around him to see what they can have. He now has an elite left tackle. He has an elite wide receiver. He never had anyone open before. They can now get the run game established. He's now healthy from his hip injury. We're going to see a lot better from Tua. And we don't talk about the Dolphins' defense. Last year, they were third highest pressure rate in the NFL. Yes, Brian Flores is gone, but the defensive coaching staff remains. So do all of the impact defensive players on that team. I like the Dolphins second in this division to the Buffalo Bills, but it's the Buffalo Bills pretty far ahead at number one.
Yeah.
Guys, here's what I'll say about the Dolphins. It's all potential with them. It's all potential. It's based on something that we haven't seen from them when it comes to their quarterback play and what this offense will be. I know what the Patriots are. You're talking about an offense that was 6th in scoring last year. You're talking about a defense that was 2nd in scoring last year, and they're led by the most successful head coach in the modern era of the NFL. When it comes to the thinnest of margins in terms of separating these teams according to the Vegas odds, I'm going to side with the team that has the quarterback with a better track record and the head coach with a better track record. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. The strength of schedule is negligible between these two teams, and so I give Bill Belichick the nod when it comes to which one of these teams will finish second in the AFC East. And let's not make any mistake about it, that we are talking about them being second because the Buffalo Bills got this division on lock. But I do think the Patriots will be a playoff contending team. I'm not quite sure that we can make that same claim about the Miami Dolphins once we get to the month of December. So I'm giving the Patriots the edge on this one. I got to see it before I'll believe it when it comes to Tua and the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, see, I'm on the opposite spectrum. I don't have the Patriots making the playoffs this year.
No?
Just because how tough the AFC as a conference is. So I don't have them making it. And when I look at this team, right, you look at the last game of the year when they played the Dolphins. You look at Mac Jones, and he had an interception for a touchdown, and he had a fumble that led to 3 points. They lost the game by 11, right? But my question for you, though, Chris, if this Patriots team gets down big to a prolific offense, you have faith in that Mac Jones and that offense can lead them back and win that football game?
That usually doesn't happen, Harry, because you're talking about a defense that's top 5 in total yards.
It happened in the playoffs last year.
Where they get. It usually doesn't. It usually doesn't happen. And here's the thing: you're saying it happened in the playoffs last year, but tell me how many times it goes well for a quarterback making his debut in the playoffs, especially a guy that's a rookie. It usually doesn't. Look at what happened with Kyler Murray going up against the Rams in the playoffs, and you're talking about a quarterback in his 3rd year. So all I'm simply saying is we have to set that to a side. I think that's more of an outlier and aberration. Mac Jones is better than what he showed in that playoff game. The thing that gives me confidence about this Patriots team is that they find different ways to win games. It's an offense, it's a defense that can be very multiple. They always have a habit of forging an identity that allows them to have success success at the highest levels. They always play well late in the regular season. And so I just think all of those things bode well for a team being able to make a playoff push. We haven't seen that from the Miami Dolphins. It's been a long time since we talked about Miami being a team that's in the playoffs and being able to contend beyond that. So I'm going to go give the Patriots the nod in terms of being the second best team in the division.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback on that with Chris, because prior to the last 2 seasons, let's just look at the track record here. The last time the Patriots didn't win the AFC East in consecutive seasons was 1999-2000. That 2000 season was Belichick's first with the team. That's huge.
That's a great stat.
That's
they
huge.
just happen to have Tom Brady as their
about to
quarterback.
say, what is that
Brady
over?
aside,
What a coincidence. They happen to have Tom Brady as their quarterback.
It's not just, I mean, yes, Tom Brady played a huge role in that, but you also have a coach that's playing a role in that
beat the
too.
Patriots twice
Look
last year.
Look at Tua's first 3 years.
The Dolphins beat the Patriots twice last year.
But look at Mac's
The Dolphins
debut
got better
compared
this
to
year.
Tua's.
The Dolphins got better this year. They didn't get worse.
Can I tell you something else
got
that the
better.
Patriots had over that time besides Tom Brady?
Yep.
They had Ron Gronkowski and they had Tom Brady, who made a bunch of nobodies look like fantasy superstars. I don't think Mac Jones has that offensive cast around him. I do think Tua has that offensive cast around him now, and I think Tyreek Hill is going to be such a stud and combined with him for such magic that they might bring them to the playoffs alone.
You know what? Here's the magic number. 47. You know why I say 47? Because that's how many points Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills put up on that Bill Belichick defense in the playoff game.
That's the Bills, not the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
But the Bills were far and above.
But the Dolphins beat the Patriots how many times last year?
Yeah,
Twice. And they
I'm
got better
jumping
this
on
year.
the boat with Chris. So you two can be on a boat together.
Me and Emily gonna rock the
We have
boat
the
over
party
here.
boat. I want to be on Harry's boat.
I gotta tell you, if Tua is the captain of the boat, you gotta feel real uncomfortable
better
about
have
your
a
situation.
lifeboat.
You gotta feel real uncomfortable about it. I'm just saying. Good luck with that, guys.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.